Kune Do. I'm excited to actually get back into making these. A lot of people seemed really excited the last time, and so I really think these will go really well. I put a lot of work into these, and I think you'll enjoy them. Okay, guys, so the first thing I want to start with is basic foundation, the en garde position. I want you to just stand with your feet about hip width apart. Okay? With your right foot, you're going to take a comfortable step forward, keeping that same width that you had. So make sure you don't cross your foot over here. Okay, so you're in a good, stable position. Now I want you to turn your feet about 45, both feet, and let your body kind of go about the same as well. So now you're a little bit off angle to the front. Go ahead and lift your back heel up off the ground. Okay? Your knees are going to be bent comfortably. And a lot of times, you know, like my instructor would say, it's like the engine is on. There's a movement, a certain kind of springiness there. Back heel's lifted, knees are bent. This hand is going to be my main defensive weapon. And it's going to be glued up here on the telephone, as we say. Keep your hand on the telephone, right here, protecting the side of your head. This hand can either be up high as well, which if you're in close with somebody, you will want to keep it up high. Keep this hand here. But when you're a little further out, you can let this hand drop as well. And you can keep it anywhere in between as well. So if I'm moving, I've got my hand here. Alright? Just kind of testing the waters here. Okay? So this hand's high or low. Keep my chin down. I want to be looking kind of through, kind of a little bit up with my eyes. There. And I keep kind of my chin tucked into my shoulder. That's just to keep myself from getting punched in the chin and get knocked out. You know, you see a lot of knockouts happen because of that. If I'm like this, my chin's just asking to be raised. So I want to keep it just a little bit tighter here. Boom. This hand's up on the telephone. This one's either up or it's down, whatever. And there's a movement here, okay? Which takes us to our next part, the footwork. And actually, before we go into footwork, I want you to just get comfortable moving into your en garde position. So I want you to stand here, and you can do a reaction drill. You can put on the TV, and whenever the scene changes, you're going to practice moving into your en garde position. But whatever you do, I want you to just kind of practice standing comfortably and then drop forward into your en garde position. And then take a minute to just kind of go through and see, is your back heel up? Are your feet 45? Are you too much on a line here like this, or are you comfortably spaced apart? See, right now, if I were to turn my feet forward and bring my foot straight back, I'd be right back in that position. So, boom, there's my en garde position. Are my knees bent? Is my hand up on the telephone? Another thing, keep your elbows down. You don't want them to flare up here, okay? Keep them down here, okay? This hand can be down, it can be up, whatever. Right here. Practice that a few times, stepping forward into your en garde position. Also, practice stepping back into your en garde position as well. Okay, you're here. Boom. Okay? Awesome. You can also practice coming from this direction. Boom. There, en garde position. Okay? So I'm here. So I'm here facing this way. Boom. En garde position. Ready to attack. One more time. Here. Boom. I can go left lead here, or I can open the distance there, right? And be in my right lead, going that way. If you want to practice that, you can, but at least get those first three angles down. Okay? Now, one thing that kind of sets Jeet Kune Do apart is this emphasis on this right lead. Why do we have our right foot forward instead of our left foot like most people? Okay? One reason, or the main reason for that, being that in Jeet Kune Do, the emphasis is on hitting with the lead side of the body. So in Bruce Lee's mind, he said, well, let's take the strong side, your power side, your right side, and let's move it forward. Let's put it here, because you're going to do most of your hitting with your lead hand and lead foot anyway. You know, you watch a boxing match, like jab, 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 cross. You know, there's 5 or 6 jabs that go out. So let's put the strong side forward so that it's closer to the target. You know, if you see a punching bag right here, my hand's here, this one's clear back here. If I just go here, boom, all of a sudden now my hand's that much closer. So it has to travel half the distance. Now I can make my lead hand, boom, a real serious threat. As well as now my weaker hand, is now a bomb as well that they have to watch out for. So now they got to be careful of this, they got to be careful of this. There's other factors that go into it too. Most people are left lead, and if you know what you're doing, you can really take advantage of having an unmatched lead to an opponent. Another thing is that it makes it easier for you to hit a person with your cross because of the way their defense generally is. I'll demonstrate if anybody is curious what I mean by that. I wrote an article that kind of talks about the advantages of going Southpaw. That I kind of talk about what I go a little more in depth on this. But also I'd be happy to kind of explain what I mean when I say it's easier to hit with a cross if anybody is interested. Just kind of leave a comment or something. But also, another thing is the fact that sometimes the lead hand is down. That's another thing that people are like, well, that's different. I was always taught you keep your hands up. Well, in Jeet Kune, there's such an emphasis on hitting and on being aggressive and being offensive rather than defensive-minded. If I have both my hands up, I'm well covered. I'm protected against somebody throwing hooks, whatever. He has to go through 2 obstacles to get to my head. By dropping this hand, he only has to go through 1. So my defense is a little bit at stakes. However, offensively, I now go from having this hand that's right in this guy's field of vision that is only able to really deliver a straight punch without any sort of wind-up. If I want to throw a back fist, I got to bring my hand back. If I want to throw a hook, I got to bring it around. I got to bring it out. If I want to throw an uppercut, I have to go down and then bring it up. All these things, it really only leaves me with the option of a straight punch. However, by having this hand down, now it's a little bit more outside of his field of vision here. And from here, I can attack straight punch. I can attack back fist. I can attack hook. I can attack uppercut. I can attack straight to the body. All these appear as though they're going almost on the same line until, right before you hit. Boom! It's really hard to tell the difference. There's no winding up. There's no telegraphing. So now all of a sudden, I can ring this guy's head up just like I'm hitting a dartboard with, boom, 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 boom. That lead hand becomes very elusive, very powerful and strong. So that's kind of where the whole lead hand low comes from. However, if you're starting off sparring somebody that you've never sparred before, whatever, I like to keep both hands up to start because I want to feel out what this guy's about, and I don't want to get tagged with any unnecessary shots. And then I'll start dropping that hand as I start to figure this guy out, and I start to think of, okay, here's how I want to hit him. I'm going to come in, uppercut, cross, whatever. Anyway, so those are some things to think about.